Round one. DJ Debs versus the obstacles of life. Fight!
Time right. It's almost time, baby. You ready?
I'm so ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Now, make sure y'all hitting the thumbs up. Make sure y'all comment and let us know where y'all tuning in from. The show Get 'Em to the Metaverse is about to start. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Come on, make some noise. Put some fire emojis in the comment section. It's about to be insane. It's about to be insane. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Yo.
Hey, everybody.
Oh my goodness, man. What about that intro? Hold up. That intro was insane. Welcome. It is our honor. It is our privilege. It is our absolute excitement to introduce to the world. Get 'em to the Metaverse. Look, but first of all, can y'all look? Can we give God a hand clap of praise for the gorgeousness of my wife? Look, just the gorgeousness of Joy Rain. Go ahead and speak to him a little bit, Joy Rain. Go ahead and listen to him.
Hey, y'all, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Get 'Em to the Metaverse. We are so excited to be starting this journey with y'all, and we are super excited to discuss so much that we have going on. I mean, hey, it's going to be a great show.
Oh, my God. Y'all see her, though. She's shining. She gorgeous. I wish I had them ears. y'all. I can't pull off them ears, but you know what? Since she went ahead and went, let me get an opportunity to come in there a little bit too. Yo. Hey. It's your boy, Jay Dunn. It's your boy in the building. I'm Joy Rain Rife. I go by Joy Rain Rife in the Metaverse.
Oh my gosh, no.
In the Metaverse, I go by Joy Rain Rife. But anyway, man, we are super excited. Today is the launch of a very long pursued podcast that we've been talking about now since last October.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. And look, what would we be without this phenomenal crowd? We got people coming in.
Hey.
Let's see. Oh my goodness. We got to shrink some of these messages. Let's see. All right, we got D in the building who said, "I'm so excited. The content you guys created is so informative, interesting, and inviting. Thank you guys and keep up the good work." Well, thank you. Thank you, fam. Thank you so much. You got Dames live in the building saying good vibes. I go by Price saying pull up. Notorious Big in the building saying let's go. And look, we got Mama in the building. Mom's in the building saying hello.
Oh, hey, Mom.
Look at our mom in the building. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. All right, and Price, and we got Natasha Carter saying hey. Come on.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
we love it. We
Gray.
love it. We love it. We excited. We excited. Listen, y'all. Today. Today was a day.
Oh,
Okay.
it was a day.
Today was a day. Okay. Can we hold up? Let me just get comfortable. Let me get, the music is fading out. It's fading out in a second here. But can we just talk about the amazingness, of Meta Connect today? Like for real.
Yeah.
Like this. Look, I wish I
Woo.
had some hand claps. Let me see if I got some hand claps in here. I need some sound. There we go. Here go the applause. There we go. There go the applause. It was absolutely incredible, and that's exactly what Get Them to the Metaverse is all about. But we got to do some housekeeping first. We got to explain
Yeah.
to you guys what Get Them to the Metaverse is all about, and I believe that is my judicial right to set the stage right for this. And so what Get Them to the Metaverse is all about is making the extraordinary metaverse an ordinary part of life. Me and my wife have now been surfing the interwebs of the metaverse now for the last almost 2.5 years.
Yes.
And it's been a
Time is
passion of
flying.
ours. It has been an extreme passion of ours to build upon that. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, we have been able to go into the various apps, but we found our home in Horizon Worlds. We have established a community. It's a great community. People who are willing to help, people are who are willing to show and what they know. We care about each other. We share vulnerable moments. It's just amazing what we have experienced in this short amount of time, which seems
Mm,
a long time because in the metaverse things go so quick.
so
And
quick.
so what seems like a month seems like a year. So hey,
That's
I
it.
absolutely love it.
Look. I've been sitting here thinking to myself, the excitement. We just gonna start there. We just gonna start there with just the excitement level of what we actually experienced today with MetaConnect.
Mhm.
Everyone who's in the metaverse, you guys know this. If you got a chance, this is what we said we wanted to start off with. If you did
Yes.
not get a chance to go into the physical, or I guess you could say the metaverse world,
Mhm.
Meta Square, and actually see it happen in the way that I believe Mark Zuckerberg and Meta wanted you to see it, you missed out. Okay,
Missed out
you
completely.
missed out. I'm sorry to say. In the comment section, just go ahead and lift your hands. If you missed out, we gonna pray for you because you missed out. Okay, the
Yes.
presentation. Talk about the presentation, baby. Just the
The
presentation.
immersion,
Yeah.
first going in there into the square, you see this beautiful um it's just atmosphere of places where it has doors. Shout out to Andrew Money and to Hardy World who had their
Yes.
world's doors in the actual square. There were places where we were able to connect with people. You grab you some coffee and clink the glasses together, and a topic comes up and you discuss and have further dialogue with people and just getting to know people so much. um, that connectiveness, that feeling of presence that they
Come on.
kept on saying that they
Yeah.
wanted us to experience, it was felt. Even though
Very
we
much
were
so.
all over the United States and all where we had access to it, I mean, we felt close to each other. We were just, it was amazing.
It was one of them things where it's kind of like sitting in a room. I think we kind of both said it. Look, we got some people talking about it in here. I'm looking at Natasha was saying she was jumping on up and down watching it, and we were too. I believe we were in the
Yes.
same instance. Yes, and our beneficial said he's loving the content. Thank you so much, but that's coming from another amazing content person for sure.
Thank you so
But
much.
but you just had to be in there. I'm turning around. I think Dane was in our instance as well. Like there was moments where there were some things, and we're gonna get to that in just a second, and some video clips and stuff like that, where
Okay.
literally when one announcement is made, we all just like, yeah, we running. It's like it was a sense of belonging
Yes.
that you never have experienced if you've never been to a conference. If you've never been to an event space, right?
Yeah.
This was ours. You know, can we say that in the comment section? Like this Horizon today, this was our moment. This was
Yes.
our saying we've arrived. We're not no longer just this little side project that Meta
The
decided to do.
stepchild.
The stepchild, the ugly stepchild of Horizon. I'm seeing some people saying 100. Appreciate that. But it was just one of those things where you just had to be there. I'm done with it. You just physically had to be there. So where do you want to start, babe? Where we want to go? Where we want to go with this? Like,
Okay, so
where
we
wanna go?
started off talking about we were in the square. And
Yeah.
so when it was time to go and move into the area where the actual keynote was,
Yeah.
we all got together. We had to talk about this process because
Yeah.
we were rolling like 10 deep.
Yeah.
And so we was trying to all get into the same instance and
Yeah.
stuff. So we had to party up and stuff. And sometimes some people got into other spaces, but we got it together. And we all had this one invitation where we got into the same instance.
Yeah.
And when we got into that place, that
Come on.
space,
Say it.
first, when you get in there, you're fully immersed again,
Come on.
but you see the detail. It seemed like you were not in Horizon anymore. And
Yeah.
what that means is that the everyday Horizon setup that you're used to seeing, you're seeing these 3D mesh type
Come on. Say that.
environments, and it's like, wait, are we still in Horizon? What is
Like
this going
this
on?
small clip of it, just that moment. Look like, and even just how that looks to you right now. That's in person. It was insane to see a whole building collapse in front of you, right? Like it was
Yes.
just phenomenal. But go ahead. I'm enjoying your breakdown of it.
So yes, so the countdown was going on, and then when the screen came in, as you just played that clip, the immersion of the atmosphere of wherever the speaker was, it changed atmospheres. So
Yeah.
it never was a dull moment to
Yeah.
where we always stayed in a stagnant spot.
That's
We
right.
always changed whatever the topic was and whatnot, it changed to meet that atmosphere. And y'all, when it would collapse, the building would collapse and then come
Woo.
back together. We were like, wait,
What?
what
And
is
yet,
going
and look, we
on?
not even gonna show y'all. We not gonna even show y'all what that look like because let me tell you something. If you wasn't in there, you should have been there. You just should have been there. But Mark Zuckerberg takes the stage, right? He takes the stage. You know, this is his triumphant moment because I'm gonna have to pull it up. Let me look. I'm gonna talk about it while I'm pulling it up. The famous Mark Zuckerberg
Oh
picture
gosh.
of him in Horizon Worlds, man. It was something that came out what, like a few maybe in August, maybe was that August?
Yes, and he was so upset that that came out because it was the one with the
The
Eiffel
Spain,
Tower.
yeah. Here we go. I'm
Oh
pulling it up. I'm
gosh.
pulling it up now, y'all. I gotta pull it up. My God. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. This picture right here. It has haunted. Okay, look at this picture, y'all.
Haunted him.
It has
Hear me?
haunted him in more ways than you can ever imagine. And the brother was like, look, he went back to his internal team. And he said, look now. We got to do something. We gotta give the people something more than what they are seeing because let me tell you something, I can't take people keep talking about me no more. D said that picture. Yes, that picture. All right, y'all put in the comment section that picture, okay? That
And it
picture.
made me embarrassed as a person that was
Yes, say that.
repping Horizon Worlds
Say
to
that.
the fullest for that to come out. I kind of feel some type of way my own self because I'm like, wait a minute.
Wow.
We going hard for this. And so, I mean, it was just a lapse of judgment
It
in the
really
person whoever
was.
did that. But let me tell you something.
Say it.
He came out swinging today.
Ooh,
Those
dog.
people cannot say the same things that they said when they saw that picture.
Look. Hold on. We got an announcement from D Hardy West himself saying 1,000 free Hardy stars to everybody that subscribes to getting things done. Well, you go ahead and subscribe and get them Hardy stars so you can go play some CeeLo. And you want to talk about
After
your
party.
CeeLo? You want to talk about your CeeLo experience? Oh yeah, that's the after party
That's
tonight
what-
for sure. That's a whole nother game. That's a whole nother thing.
podcast.
But literally, let's bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up on screen again. Like literally the moment when he takes the stage, right? You
Yeah.
could tell his confidence was on a different level. Can y'all agree with that? Like if you were in there and
Yes.
you watched it, you felt like Mark Zuckerberg knew that this was his moment, right? He's coming up. Look at
Yes.
the brother. He was like, man, I am strong. I am confident. Bring it back up a little bit. I am strong. I am here. Get used to it. Like that was his moment. But what followed it was some amazing things that we're going to talk about today. And one of the first
Yes.
things that they talked about, which is coming up on this clip, was, and I heard it on Hardy West Live as well, and shout out to my brother, was they had a deal they're making with NBC Universal, right? Which is going
Yes.
to allow for what's incredibly our favorite show of all, one of our favorite shows of all time, The
The Office.
Office. And they're going to have Horizon World adaptations of these worlds inside of Horizon Worlds, which I think is just incredible. And then they also
Yes.
announced that the Pico app was going to be coming to the Quest platform. So I know a lot of people who might be tuning in right now, a lot of you are just Horizon users. But to me, this is a win for all of us. This is a win
Yes.
for VR period, to see more use cases for how VR can be done for, for entertainment, be used for even bringing in like kind of like ads. And I know that's a touchy subject, but how you would do an ad, like what better way to announce a movie than to have a world built for the movie that you can interact with and immerse it, right? That's what they were pushing for the Note movie. And so
Yes.
having TV shows now maybe launching, like, we love Abbott Elementary now, right? What if Elementary was a part of Horizon Worlds in some way? You can go into the classrooms and do things like that. What do you have to say about that, babe?
I am so excited to see what all is going to come about with this. These partners, excuse me, these partnerships are strategic,
Come
and
on.
so the reason why they're doing these things are for a reason, and to
Shh, you
implement
better say
the
that.
office, the office background and their fan base and all those people that's going to come along with it just because it is the office, to see what's going to happen, what's going
Yeah.
on. I mean, this is phenomenal. It's going to open up so much.
It really is, and what's even more powerful about it is, we've been doing this thing for a while. We've been in headset now for a little bit, and what's been powerful to me was how we've transformed from regular VR gaming nights to now these social experiences, right?
Yes.
And the next thing that they really spoke about was the web for Horizon World. So, our mom's on here, and you tell her all the time, I want a singing contest for Sunday's Best. We're doing these business meetings in Horizon Worlds, and it's like, oh, okay. Well, and my mom always asks as well, how in the heck can I view this? Do I have to have a headset? And now you don't. You can actually, we'll be able to run pretty soon Horizon Worlds on the web. On the
Yes,
web. Do
that's
you guys
exciting.
know how big of a deal that is to have the platform that we've all fallen in love with, the platform that we've basically championed, now being open to our family who may never put the headset on in this generation of it
That
because it's
part.
still that part, an enthusiast piece. Look, she's so cute. I love looking at my girl. Look at her. But it's a huge deal. Like, Hardy just said it. It's huge. How do you feel about it, Joy?
Web opens it up to people who may have, like you said, never experienced it, will never buy a headset, and people who are curious to see what is going on. They want to
Yeah.
be a part of it, and they can be a part of it just by the web.
Yeah.
And so, but to get that immersive experience is unlike no other, and that's what I would encourage all of my family and friends, and people that I'm close to get a headset, because it's undescribable. We can try to describe it as much as we can, but you can't truly understand what we're talking about until you put the headset on.
And you know what? This is a great comment from Price right here that says even for the handicapped people who may not be
Yes.
able to get in the platform, move around, or even move their arms, they can actually get into the web version of this and use Horizon now. And I love how they even gave a distinction there. They was like, maybe you want to check in on your world, or maybe you want to go to
Yes.
a comedy night, or you want to go to a night out with some of your friends, but you may personally can't get into it. What this opens up is not just web but mobile. So now they showed the
Hmm.
clip where you can go into the phone, and maybe it's a messenger, and they say, "Hey, join me in this world right now." That is going to change
Everything.
everything. The
Yes.
worlds that we are taking the time, these creators like Price, who's in the chat right now, creators who are making incredible worlds. It's one of those things where I can finally show my family now. Um,
Yes.
so, and while he just said his brother just recently lost his hand, he was wanting to
Oh,
get
I'm
it,
so
but
sorry to hear
now
that.
can't. But maybe now he will be able to because of the web platform. So, man, that
Yeah.
that is insane. That is insane. Now, moving from that, this is the part where I saw a few people get really excited, and it was the introduction of some of the cool games that they're going to be launching. Because we gamers, me and Joy,
Yes.
we gamers, right? Okay, so there was one game in particular, okay, that when I saw it, I immediately went, "Oh snap!" Right, and it was the Iron Man. It was Iron Man.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
this
that's gonna be good.
this Iron Man. Look, I don't know. It's not. It don't want to play for me right now. You don't want to play. You don't want to be great right now. But listen, Iron Man was something spectacular. And I think it's just going to be phenomenal what we're going to be able to do with this once everything launches and goes forth. Let me get back to our scene here. But like at the end of the day, some of the stuff they showed was Among Us, right?
Mhm.
Among Us. Tell me about the experience when you saw everyone literally jumping up out their seat talking about Among Us.
So when we were okay, so when we were in there, and the first thing when they said Among Us, confetti went flying everywhere. It's like I
Come
want to do
on,
it right
come on,
now.
come on.
Confetti went flying everywhere. I mean, this just takes it again to a whole nother level.
Yeah,
Um where people really can connect things to the metaverse. And so Among Us, they have the Iron Man, they have the Walking Dead, the Saints and Sinners that
yeah.
is actually going to be in New Orleans.
Come on, say
Um
that.
Yes, center in New Orleans. So shout out to our home, Baton Rouge and New Orleans and Louisiana. Period.
Yeah.
So, and then the Population One
Yeah,
with
the
the
update with the
sandbox.
sandbox. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm so glad you
Yes.
brought that up because that was a really powerful one as well. Um,
Hmm.
and I think people don't, when you think about Horizon, most like I said, most people who maybe even be watching this at the moment may be really into the Horizon worlds, and you only think about the gaming that's inside of that platform. But what's incredible about VR, I had a chance to take a few people outside of Horizon into, and I'm speaking about one brother in particular, Hardy, who basically only bought the headset to specifically jump in to Horizon Worlds, getting him out of that headset into Top Golf, a game that we reviewed almost a year ago,
Yeah, it's been
and
that long.
having him experience it. He was like, "This is real Top Golf inside of him." I'm like, "Yeah, you can play real golf. You can play the mini golfing. You can do the teeing up and everything." It's like
Hmm.
once you get into that, you realize just how amazing it is, even for fitness, because they even talked about the fitness apps as well.
Yes.
It just blows your mind what's going to be really capable in the near future with these platforms.
Yeah, and it makes you do not want to go back to 2D surfaces. You will
Say
always
that.
want to be immersed into whatever atmosphere or app that you want to be in. And so
Yeah,
I really found it personally hard to even play. I was big on PlayStation
yeah,
and stuff. That thing has dust on it now because
yes, it
we've been
does.
playing with using the VR headsets and being fully immersed in every app and every game that we want to play. And so I really feel like this moving forward, people are going to adapt to that as
Yeah,
well, getting into the immersive VR spaces.
yeah, and what's even deeper to me when I think about just how powerful VR has become, even for us, when you go a step further, like Supernatural, how we've
Yeah.
been working out with Supernatural for the longest, and it's actually we've literally seen a change in our lives because of using it, right? Like
Yeah.
it's literally become that powerful of a tool. It just shows the revolutionary parts of what the VR and AR space can be, which leads us into the next part of the conversation, which was the Quest Pro. Quest Pro is
Woo!
whoo. Let me pull up.
How
We gonna
many of
talk.
y'all getting that thing?
Yeah,
That's what I
let's
want.
in the comment section. We want to know right now how many people is getting the Quest Pro because my God, okay, my God, was this thing? It's expensive. Number one, we gonna show this thing in a second. This thing, look at this thing. Look for 1,500 wig wags. Let me get it to be showing in here properly. $1,500, y'all. Okay, $1,500. Who out there? Look, last girl on earth said, "I bought it. I bought it. I bought it." We not gonna
Yes.
look. We not gonna mention you know, we gonna mention it. We bought it too. You know, we had to have it.
No,
We
we gonna talk about it and say the truth. This man bought it while the keynote was going on. The
yeah.
keynote was in. We were 20 minutes in, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going by it."
Look. Notorious Vic said, "Hardest. Can I use my hardest stars to get it? You should have enough. You should definitely
Oh,
have
she should have
enough."
enough.
And shout out to my brother in the building as well. JP High Tech Reviews says he will be buying it.
Hey,
Look,
JP.
look, JP, that's my brother right there. Like literally, the Quest Pro is look at this thing. It is just delectable. It's delectable. I mean, look, you can see all the little sides from it. What I thought was really impressive about the Quest Pro more was not even just the point that is, you know, let's go do the specs real quick. It's about 30 to 40% clear. Okay, so that by itself is enough. Secondary
Pancake lenses.
with the pancake lenses. And oh look, I love you. Go ahead and drop them. Go ahead and drop the names.
Stop,
Go ahead
man.
and drop the names on it. Pancake lenses. Lighter form factor, right? So you mean you could go back up to here and you can see this thing is much more lighter than what the Quest 2 is, right? And then as well, when you start getting into some of the other features about it, it even has a tip at the bottom that you can put on and actually use to the stylus to actually write. I mean, you use Horizon Workrooms. We've been having to definitely use it a lot more lately than a lot of things that we've been doing. Tell me about what you think about that. Like what you think about just what the Quest Pro has. What were some things you took away from it?
I think that it would change the game. I know this is going into another subject of what we're going to talk about, but as far as the brand deals, like the connections and partnerships that they made with Microsoft and bringing all of the you know, Adobe and Microsoft Word and all of that
Yeah.
into that and implementing that into Horizon Workspace,
Yeah.
that changes the game for companies.
Period. And not and look, you said period.
Period.
It's incredible because the announcements that they made, like you said, Adobe, Microsoft. We might as well just get into it now because I think this is a bulk of what we and you were even talking about offline.
Zoom.
We were talking about the business aspect
Yeah.
of this device, right? The power. Let me. I haven't done this scene in a second. Let me get right here real quick. Let y'all see a little bit of me. What I imagine. The more and more me and Joy have had to do business. Like we are literally closing deals on this headset. Like it's the most outrageous thing. We're literally loading people into either our virtual environments in the Quest 2, or we're literally bringing in people into our worlds and Horizon worlds. They're seeing the worlds. They're going, I want this. I need something like this. Or it's, I need y'all. I want to connect with you guys and build with you guys, right? In all sorts of different manners. And this stuff is happening on the headset, you know, but it's not easy for us to then take those meetings. Like maybe we have a contract. Maybe there's something to where we want to show a presentation like our slide deck or whatever of what we are able to bring to the table. It's not very smooth right now in Horizon Workrooms. And one of the things they showed off, and it's going to lead me to another piece of the topic as well, was the addition to 3 screens now, being able to have 3 monitors that everyone can have for free, just completely use for free inside of their own personal workspace in Horizon Workrooms, which I think is just phenomenal. And I think that's something that a lot of people have just glazed over because Workrooms is not a sexy topic. It's not like, oh my God, let's go do some work. You know, it was funny. Bosworth showed, there was this little clip where he's like, oh, it's time to talk about work, so let me bring my boss back in. You know, let's bring Mark back in. But what you guys, it's these devices are going to make our lives easier. You know, me and my wife have a statement we always say. We literally say, it's not an escape for us. It's an enhancement for us, right? So the desire is to make this thing be enhancing our lives. So having a deal with Adobe to bring some of its suite. Look, I was in a party chat with some people, and literally I heard somebody go, "Oh my God, that's what I was waiting on." You know who you are if you're listening. Oh my God, that's what I was waiting. I needed this partnership. You know, I needed Adobe. Look, I got it on the screen right now. They have some of the partnerships they're going to be working on with Adobe, Gravity Sketch, Paint VR, Dropbox, LastPass, Immerse, which is a very much a favorite of mine because they have been pioneering the game. So shout out to Renji and his whole entire team over at Immerse. They have been pioneering, and they even have a couple of shout outs inside of the keynote, as well as the developer State of the Union, which was just incredible to see an indie developer get that much love from this big corporation Meta, who's in some ways in competition with them when it comes down to workrooms. But Immerse is just a product that you just can't beat. So I tell you guys, if you have not tried it, you definitely should because it's incredible. But thinking about Gravity Sketch, thinking about how more people, and I love Last Girl right now, just said hit that thumbs up. Thank you. See, that is a content creator right there. She like, look, hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. But having Gravity Sketch, so they talked about tri-mesh objects. And sorry, y'all, the videos weren't playing right for me, so we just going to move on. We just going to show what we can show. But most of you have seen it, and of course, we'll have more media dropping on the channel soon. But they talked about these tri-mesh objects that eventually will be coming to Horizon Worlds, right? And what I really thought about is just with Gravity Sketch, if we're able to use a tool like that, right, and be able to draw, because you know this has a stylus, you're gonna be able to use the controller to draw and map out. Imagine now being able to draw out, you know, a couch, or draw out shoes, or draw out the shirt design that you want, and then literally import it straight into Horizon Worlds. That's going to change the way we all do marketing and branding and business in here. You know, if you have any thoughts on that, Joy?
Well, the main thing that I was thinking about with this particular device is that it's pushing and gearing toward businesses. It's not just for the everyday gamer, for the person that just wants to, you know, play some games, the Beat Saber and stuff. That's cool and everything, but to really maximize everything that this device will be able to offer, is that it's more so on business, collaborations, and getting things done, right?
You better plug getting things done.
Getting things done, getting work done, and collaborations within a community, and collaborations within people that you are building with. That is what this device is particularly centered around.
And you know, we got a lot of people who own businesses right now in there. So you know, I know Last Girl was famous for putting her stories because she's an incredible content creator. She said, "Look, this is Last Girl." Look, she said it one more time. Hit the thumbs up in the building. And look, we got my brother James Hicks, my brother, another amazing content creator from the Ecamm fam. Shout out to the Ecamm fam. I am live streaming right now with that. But thank you for your support, brother. But she wrote in there, she's like, this is a write-off. So when you think about a $1,500 device in this household, in the Duncan household, in the Dunn household, we bought two of them things. Yeah, you know, imagine you dropping $1,500 for one, and then turn around and you drop a two, because look, she come in the room like, and like, but it was already. Let me tell y'all something. We already knew we were getting this. It's an investment. Let me tell y'all something that's really powerful, and I don't think my wife wouldn't mind me sharing this. She told me from the get-go when we bought the Quest 2s two and a half years ago, right? That this is an investment. It's if you look at and I'm speaking to every single person at the sound of my voice, like we in a church right now. If you buy a Quest 2 thinking it's for gaming and just for fun, you take it back to Target, Best Buy, Amazon, Walmart, or wherever you bought it from. Especially now merging over to Quest Pro, because Quest Pro is not a gaming device.
No.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna zoom in on me so you can see a little bit more. My boy said preach. He said I can preach, so I'm gonna preach real quick. Okay. It is not a gaming device. You do not buy a $1,500 headset plus tax in whatever state you might be in.
So
And
1600.
1600 plus. Oh, if you got to, we don't buy anything because of this woman right here.
Come on,
Did she talk?
3200.
Look, this woman right here. She'll tell you straight up. Don't you dare buy something without a protection plan. So we had to
There you
buy
go.
a protection plan. Okay. So, but let me go back to my preaching. Go back. So you don't buy 16, 17, $1,800 worth of something and say, "Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this." Man, no. Okay. Shut the front door. Okay. You bought this because you want to have an upper hand, bleeding edge. Mark said it 20 times. If you paid attention to what he said, this is for business and for those who want to be on the bleeding edge. What does bleeding edge? It means the exact razor line moment of technology. That's why you bought this headset. Jane say that again for the people in the back of the room. I have no problem with saying it one more time, okay? Like business. So my wife has championed that. When we bought the Quest 2s, I bought it originally just to escape COVID, escape, the pandemic. But she bought it 2 days later, literally, by saying this is an investment. And when I tell you we have gotten our money back, not just our money back, our time back, the Quest 2 has changed our lives. And it seems super strange to most people when they see us on our social medias. Let's just keep it real. Everyone in here that is a Horizon, we need to come up with a name. Horizon.
A resident of Horizon.
A resident. I love it. See, that's why she's the PR person. Resident of Horizon. You have been looked at a little weird. When you begin to sideways, when you begin to post about this, but if you saw some of the checks some people are getting,
come on.
I'm gonna say that one more time for the people in the back. If you saw the branding deals that's happening, if you saw the corporations that are coming into this, if you saw the different school systems that's beginning to look at this intently, if you begin to see the whole idea, this boy say resident of Hardy World Horizon, my brother. That is one thing, but
yeah, if those avatars don't hit, those checks will hit. You hear me?
Say that. Can you say that one more time?
You can't
please say
deny
that one more time?
what people are making in this space.
Ooh.
Again, the avatars, okay, you may be looking at the avatar sideways, but them checks, okay, they real.
That's real. That's it.
They're real.
That's it. That's why for me, it's come down to this. It's come down to the whole idea that when we saw Mark Zuckerberg, anyway, I wish I could play the video, but when we saw Mark Zuckerberg come on that stage, kicking his legs, okay? Kicking his legs. Can you talk about that just for a second? Because you ran down to the stage. You literally ran down to the stage. Tell me your thoughts.
Yes, so they set the stage perfectly.
Yes.
The illumination of the stage to where it had a door and you're like, something is about to happen. And for Mark Zuckerberg to walk out with legs,
say that,
in Horizon, where we are just floating on our little circle things, to come out there and it looked phenomenal.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh, blown away about how it looked, and I wanted to get a closer look.
Yeah. You literally, along with so many
and
others.
Everybody in
Okay, look, that's a shot right there. People in Horizon was probably just going crazy and insane. We looking at legs because look, we was in the party before this. This was really funny. Let me legs, hips, and body. That's right. Legs, hips, and body. Come on, legs. That's what I say. Look, D know this. What we talked about, D, before? What did we talk about beforehand when we literally was in there waiting for this thing to go live? We literally was sitting there, and it was me, Hardy, and D. We were just sitting there in the party, Dame as well. We were sitting there, and he was like, man, what's one thing you want, legs or more capacity? And I was like, legs. I want legs. Not for me. not for me. Do y'all see this gorgeous thing on this video? I want to see my wife. I want to see my baby
Okay, honey.
in the metaverse. Okay, look, I'm just trying to let them know. Okay, I love my wife and I love her avatar, and I'm ready to see her strut her stuff, jump around, and move around in the metaverse. Can we get
And
an
that
amen?
goes to and that goes to
Yeah.
with getting the legs and everything, this immersion of Croatia. Um it's
Mm.
going to be seamless because of that.
Yeah.
And so that Croatia space where people are making environments with Unity, with Blender and all of
Yeah. Say
that.
that.
And so they're going to be implementing that in Horizon Worlds as well soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of these new technologies that we'll be able to use to develop these worlds and these experiences, it's going to be mind blowing.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. And look, this is even a scene right here showing what's going to be possible very soon in Horizon Worlds. I mean, just look at the detail at some of the scenes that they were just showing. Like, it's insane just knowing that that's coming to a tool that we've all been building in and using. And that's just insane. And even with Croatia, they didn't mention it in the main keynote, but in some of the developer keynotes, they mentioned that they're going to be bringing Meta Horizon avatars, which is a perfect segue to our next piece, into Croatia. So you're going to be able to use your Meta Horizon avatar and move that into the Croatia space. And I believe there's going to be some things that's going to be backwards compatible from Croatia right into. So watch how all this is the true metaverse, y'all. So let me go back to my scene and do my last little soapbox moment here. The metaverse is bigger than Horizon Worlds. In fact, Mark Zuckerberg has gone on record on Joe Rogan podcast. He said it on his last year's keynote. If you buy something, if you're in Louisiana and you buy a Saints jersey at the Superdome, and then I go to the Atlanta Hawks dome, I don't know the name of it. You go to what's it called?
Falcons.
The Falcons. The Falcons. Yeah, I can tell you I don't watch football. You go to the Falcons dome, all right, and then you literally can't. What if you couldn't bring your Saints jersey into there? Not because they don't like it, but because it's not compatible with their stadium. So I gotta buy a Saints jersey in their stadium. No, the promise of the metaverse is when I buy something in one area, I can take it in every other area that I'm into. So when if I'm into Horizon Worlds and then I decide I want to go to Croatia, I can simply open a portal, go into Croatia. And they even mentioned that in the developer. Did you catch that part in the developer State of the Union? They touched on some multi-point access portal system where you can jump from one app to another instead of it being one of those things where you have to pause, close the app, reopen another app. You can literally just open a portal into Top Golf, and then we go from Top Golf into Rec Room. And so the metaverse promise is that you're going to have doors. If you watch Ready Player One, I know me and you both loved Ready Player One because it's a VR movie, right? You notice that it was multiplicity of worlds, multiplicity of avatars, multiplicity of systems, so
the transitions were seamless.
Yeah.
And so I think we have a way to go before we get there, but implementing these legs and these avatars to be compatible with multiple platforms, that is truly amazing. And the Ready Player Me is already doing that as well.
Yes.
But for the Horizon avatars to be able to do that with another platform, it's even going to expand even more.
Yes.
So we're going to be able to travel into more different things. So I would encourage people to get more involved with all these other different platforms because they're all going to be connected one way or the other.
That's right. They're going to be connected, and you're going to want them to be connected because not only are they bringing the avatars into to Croatia, they're going to also be bringing the avatars into Instagram, Facebook. We've already seen the first piece of this, right? But they're even mentioned being able to do avatars in Reels, avatars in video chats. Like, come on, y'all. Look, I whispered to my wife in that moment. Now, look, my wife is absolutely a gorgeous absolute woman day in and day out, right? But I told her one of the things she just can't stand sometimes is the time it takes for her to get ready, right?
Yeah.
So they touched on two aspects of avatars, but I said, imagine a day where you could just pop into someone's FaceTiming you, video messenger calling you. You just pull up your avatar. Hey,
Just
yo, what's
hey
good?
y'all.
I look good. I look like me. And then they showed this other thing that was just mind blowing, right? And that was the codec avatars. Tell me
Oh,
about your
wow.
thoughts about the codec avatars.
The Kodak avatars, first of all, when the girl was scanning her face and
Yeah.
everything, and I was like blown away. Again, this whole time I was blown away. But for the realistic image of that, it's like going one, I was picturing my Horizon avatar
Come
at
on.
first.
Yeah.
And then to see this photorealistic thing, I'm like, come on.
Thi-
What I want to see
yeah.
is a melanated person to see if our
Mmm.
skin would be popping. Because, side note, in Horizon Worlds today, in that
Ooh,
square,
Lord.
we was glistening, y'all.
We were that
That
melanin.
melanin was
The
popping.
melanin was popping. You hear me? The melanin was popping. I adhere. Yes, the melanin was popping. And look, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Like this, just this scene alone with Mark, it looks like the real Mark, which is
It
it's just
does.
kind of a funny thing because they always talk about he is
It looks robotic.
like he's robotic. But I mean, this is an avatar, y'all. This is an avatar that he used
Crazy.
scanned with his phone. And they even said that this is technology that's going to be coming to us. So imagine the day when you go into Horizon workrooms or immersed or any type of business meeting, you get to choose between your full body avatar, your cartoonish avatar, maybe your alt space avatar, and then these things called codec avatars that look just like you with your emotions. And that's incredible. It was scanned from a phone, you
Okay,
know.
now was it Apple or Android? That's the thing.
Oh, well, hold on. Let's. I'm sorry. I brought the wrong scene up. Look, I got so excited. I brought the wrong scene up. Look,
Was
let
it
me.
Apple or Android?
It
That's the
was.
thing.
It had to be. It had to be. It had to be Apple. I'm sorry, y'all. If you Android, go ahead and say in the comments section so we can go ahead and lift up a prayer for you guys because Apple, I'm apostolic. This household is an apostolic household. So we use iPhones over here. Blue text saves lives. Blue
There we
text
go.
saves lives. But the codec avatars blew me away. And then the avatar store. So I know that's something that you have been waiting for. Speaking of crying about, not like I
Oh,
need
I need it.
new options. Let me tell you, I have a reel that I've been sitting on. Let me go to Mika. She gonna be looking at me crazy. Uh, I have a reel I've been sitting on where I literally was sitting there waiting for my wife to choose clothes. Okay, her or her avatar before we went out on a virtual date, and I'm like, it's only maybe 10 shirts she's gonna probably wear. And just because I said that day, that's when she wears the choker. She wears all this other stuff. She just went all on a whole nother level. I said, now, oh, who is this woman popping up in the avatar style? Like, I was so like, oh my goodness. But that's the point. They're going to be bringing more clothes. And I think they even said they were going to be partnering with Netflix or something like that as well on this.
Yes.
That
Yes.
that's man that's just going to be insane. That's just going to be insane because the clothes are a salty piece of the conversation, right? So now you're gonna be able to buy preferably bottoms, tops, shoes, different styles, mix match maybe. So maybe if I have a
Mhm.
red top, I can have a black bottom or black top, red bottom, whatever whatever. Maybe you get some red bottom heels in there. Yeah, hey,
And this opens up the conversation to have a whole bunch of commerce that comes in,
and they spoke
um,
about that. Yeah.
from, yes, for creators to be able to get your merchandise out there at some point. So y'all, all I'm hearing is get your business in order because you want to be
Ooh.
ready whenever it's time. All these things are rolling out. You want to be ready when it's time and they unleash it. That you
Yes.
are prepared, you have a plan, and you're going to carry out that plan to get your mission accomplished.
Come
You
on,
don't
come
want to
on.
be left behind. You don't want to be the person that spent the $1,500 having the device and then still at the same place that you are next year right now. Like,
Ooh,
so
you
you just
better
want to
say
make
that.
sure that you're learning all that you can, that you take the time to invest in yourself, invest in learning all these new things because it will definitely pay off.
Look, get your business in order, okay? If you
Yes.
don't, if you, you know, so one blessing that came out of today. After we got the detox, we got out the headset. We all were like in this daze, right? We were on this moment
We're
of
like, what just
what
happened?
just happened. Money pockets don't been. So maybe the headache I had, I had a headache before this, and maybe the headache I had was literally because I was like, "Look, did we just drop almost 3 grand?" But here's
3,200.
32. Hey, look, she's like, no, you're gonna put the full
Let's get it
amount, the
right.
$3,200 on some technology. But this is it. When we got in our car and we headed to go get some lunch, we looked at each other and said, "This is the moment that makes the
Mhm.
pivot." You know, this is the
Yes,
moment
right now.
in VR, in augmented reality, in XR. This is the moment where there is no gatekeepers. This is the moment where they're literally handing over the keys saying, this is the next wave of technology that if you master this today, you master your financial wealth in the future. I'm going to say that one more time. If you master this technology today, you master your financial wealth in the future. And I'm not just talking about the crypto or NFTs. I'm speaking on the level of just being the masters, being the authority on this type of technology. This technology is going to literally shake the entire earth. Imagine if you could have been one of the first people, okay, to work and have your hands on like the BlackBerry, or let's go even further. Be in the room when they were building AOL, when they were building, Internet Explorer, or when they were building Google Chrome, or when Google Search was first coming out. If you could have just been in the room learning from those people, they're literally giving us. Let me tell y'all something. I have a challenge for you guys. I know it was a little boring. Go back on your computer throughout this week. It's enough time through this week. Go back and watch all of the sessions. Even if it's stuff that you don't even understand, just let it drench over you, right? Because we as a people, and I'm talking about all colors, creeds, uh, we have an opportunity because there's no gatekeepers here to really take this technology and make it be use it for our benefit, and also expand the young minds around us.
Yes.
We've told this story many times. I think last girl nephew was in there watching as she was streaming us to the household, and we were telling our stories about getting things done and building the world. And Timothy came into Horizon Worlds, joined Smile Honey Child, building, streaming, a YouTuber, like,
Yes.
and it was inspiration that was happening from watching his own family and also seeing other people do it. And so we're not just being in a part of this technology because we just love it and have so much fun with it. We're doing it. Oh, little cousin. I'm sorry. She's a little cousin and he's doing great things now. Yes.
Yes.
But like literally, like the whole idea was, what can we do to encourage the next wave of people
And
looking at
this is
this
the thing,
technology?
the children, they're excited about it. They're
Mm-hmm.
catching on to it. They are pushing this forward, and we
Mm,
do not want to be left behind.
we do not.
We do not want to fall to the wayside and just think that this is going to be over next year or the end of this year. No, this isn't going anywhere. This is here
Yeah.
to stay, and this is a new wave. And the people who refuse to catch on to it, they're going to be left behind. They're going to be it's going to be hard. I'll
Yes.
just say that it's going to be hard to not adapt to this new wave that's coming on, and it's going to be a new normal. How we say that?
Yes.
New
Look,
normal.
Brian Hill said, I feel for those who haven't got on board yet because how fast this tech is moving is going to be literally overwhelming in say
Yes.
2 to 3 years. And look, that is a that is, it was overwhelming today for people who already use this on a daily basis. Like, we literally left out of the headset, took it off, looked at each other, and went like,
We're like, wait, what? What is going
so how
on?
are we going to implement this? How are we going to implement that? You know, you heard it on Hardy West Live. If he was a part of it, he literally said, "Look, I'm going to be looking at Spark AR. I'm going to be looking at maybe even building an
Blender and
application.
Unity.
You know,
Yeah.
doing anything and everything you can to get into these other spaces that is going to open up so many of the doors. And like I said, it's not all just about the money. It's about the knowledge. You know, sometimes it's not about how much you have, it's just about how much you know. You know, so
Yes.
being the guide on this, being the top person on this, being the specialist in the room, especially as a people, like, oh, the sky's the limit, right? You know, look, this is called Get Into the Metaverse, and you're gonna find we're very evangelical about the metaverse. And the reason why we call ourselves metaverse evangelists, metaverse socialites, is simply because we want to bring more people into the metaverse. We literally said the mission statement very early: setting the extraordinary, showing the extraordinary metaverse, making the extraordinary metaverse an ordinary part of life, making it a normal. Making ordinary means normal, just the same old thing, right? We want to make something that's so extraordinary become so ordinary for everybody. So that's what this
Yeah.
podcast is about. So we're gonna touch on topics. We're gonna have developers come on. We're gonna have we got a really cool guests we're going to be bringing on real soon, to talk about all different levels of just AR, VR technology. It's just going to be insane. And that's what this is all about. So that's what we wanted to kind of launch today, because it's like our holiday. It's a holiday
Yes,
for
it
us
was a
today.
holiday.
You know, it was a meta holiday. It was a meta holiday today. Any last words you want to speak on? Because we want to keep to our time limits. We don't want to hold y'all all night and stuff like that. But anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I really want to encourage people to get into this space. I know it can be a little bit overwhelming. I know it can be like the unknown, but I
Mm,
just want you to know that it doesn't have to be. Horizon Worlds, what we have been in, it could be your stepping stone into the metaverse.
yeah.
I have a show called Joy in the Morning,
Plug
where
that.
we where we try to help people become more joyful, optimistic, and yearning for positivity. When people hear metaverse, they automatically think about crypto and all this other stuff that goes over their heads. But
Yeah.
stepping into this scene of um, of joy in the morning, all you're doing is coming and expressing yourself and really learning about yourself. And
Yeah.
what I've known and experienced in this space is that you know who you are. You really find out who the individual is, even
Mm,
though you have an avatar. That's so weird, you know. But all you have is that avatar in the space, and so
yeah.
you can truly be who you are, and you don't have that wall up, and you get to know people for who they are, and you really build that community. And so I
Yeah.
want to encourage people to not be um scared or frightened by what's to come. It's actually a good thing, and you will definitely see it as we go on.
Yeah, and Latasha said you want to grow the community to be bigger than what it is now, and that's 100%. And look, I love it. One more time, last girl said, everyone press that thumbs up button. Like, y'all hear the music, you know that means we about to outro out of this thing, because we want to respect you guys' time. This
Yes.
has been Get Them to the Metaverse. Let us know in the comment section how much you guys are enjoying this. Let us know what we can add to it to make it even better. Like I said, we got a huge pipeline of things we're going to be
Yes,
talking
we do.
about. So this is Meta Connect. Next week, I'm going to deep diving into a little bit more of the stuff that's shown off in the developer sessions that we ain't even get a chance to get into today, mostly. And then we're going to have some super crazy, outrageous special guests that's going to join us,
Yes.
that people who work for Meta, people who are ambassadors for different programs, developers. It's just gonna
It's
blow
just
y'all's minds.
mayhem.
It's gonna be everything that you can imagine. For even different vendors of VR devices and AR devices will be coming on this platform to talk about how we're trying to get more people into the metaverse. But until next time, I've been your boy Jay Dunn,
It's your girl Joy Rain.
and we will see you next time
Bye,
on Get
y'all.
'Em to the Metaverse. Oh, wrong scene. But hey. Yeah.